Hey, what's going on, guys? This is alertwolf here. I think I'm going to bring you an anime review. This time, I think I've pretty much picked out a couple of animes I want to do based on the first episodes. Now, that's not to say they turn out the series sucks. I may drop them. But for now, I think it's cool that, I bring us some new, exciting, sorry, the camera's a little off there. I'll fix it there. A little bit of that. Alright. New video. So, let's start it out. The first anime I'm going to do is Blast Tempest. I'm going to do the first episode review. Let's see if the first episode has a name. Let's see. According to this, the first episode is Magic in the Barrel. Alright. Now, basically, this anime, this first episode, I'll just get into the review. It was a lot of flashbacks, and I'm going to cheat to know, I don't know these guys' names yet, So basically, it's about this guy named Yoshino Tagawa and Takiawa. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at last names. But Yoshino, basically, he's this regular guy. He's kind of almost like a pretty boy. Not too much. He gets into scrapes. And, the anime starts out, they're kind of quoting, I think, Shakespeare. I forget which play. And basically, the anime is about this guy, his best friend, Fuwa, right? And again, I'm horrible with names. And his sister. And what happens is, in the beginning, you see this one chick, you find out later she's the princess. She gets banished to this deserted island by some military dudes, and we're not sure what that's about yet. So again, you get a lot of flashbacks between this guy's going to school, getting a lot of flashbacks of his best friend and his sister. Apparently they used to get into fights all the time, and it seems like the sister didn't like him. She calls him a liar in the beginning of the episode. But you find out later on that that's not really the case. And you find out why she calls him a liar. Because basically, those two, him and his best friend, used to get into trouble. But he was good at, I guess, getting his friend out of the trouble. Because people were saying that if it wasn't for him, his best friend would have been in jail by now. What happens is, it turns out, his best friend hasn't been seen in over a month. Nobody knows what happened to him. And you can tell this guy's in a depression, So Fuwa, I gotta get used to these names now. Yeah. Miharo Fuwa. So, yeah, Miharo is, or Maharo? Yeah, I don't know. Maharo, yeah. Is, again, he's missing. No one's seen him in a month. And, this guy starts walking to a grave. And then, I guess, you find out that, he was actually he was supposed to go on a date with that guy's sister, so I guess they were secretly dating behind the brother's back. And he's on his way to a grave. Now, at first you think maybe, it's somebody in his best friend's family that's dead. You think maybe it may be him or this sister that's dead. And this chick, I don't remember the chick's name. This chick comes up to him and starts asking him questions. She's like 28 years old, she said, and unemployed and not shady. But in reality, she is shady. Because she points a gun at him and she wants to find this guy right away. She wants to find his best friend. and she asks him a bunch of questions, and about saving a girl, and he's like, he's not the type to save someone unless she looks like his sister, who just died. And she's like, oh, where's his sister? Why did you refer to her in the past tense? I said, well, she's been buried there. And so there's another flashback, and you find out that the sister was murdered a couple of months ago, and they haven't been able to find anything on it. And that was the last time they were together. They were at the grave talking, and he's sick and tired because he's like, there's no clues, there's no evidence. This crime made no sense. Nothing was stolen, and the police have nothing. And he's like, what are you gonna do? Take it in your own hands. They're talking to Miharu and Maharu, not Miharu, Maharu, but Yoshino is like, you got to think this through. And he's like, no, man, this is irrational. And he's like, what are you going to do about the irrationality of the world? He's like, I'm going to find it and take care of it, basically. So that's why he disappears, Again, you don't know what happens to him, but again, that's why he disappeared, because the sister was brutally murdered, and we don't know why, and he doesn't know why, and he doesn't know who did it, but he wants revenge. I don't even say revenge, he wants justice, And so then, it's starting to look bad. He manages to get the gun away from this chick, but she had another gun. She pulled out a shotgun, and it looks like this is it. She's gonna shoot him. Well, you know what? Right before that, how he gets the gun away. She has the gun to his head, and he's like, a friggin' butterfly. And then she's like, what? What do you mean a butterfly? He's like, yeah, it's a butterfly that only comes out in the spring, and it's the winter. And she's like, what? One butterfly doesn't make a thing. And all of a sudden the sky's filled with butterflies. And she starts to shit herself a little bit. So again, that's how he was able to knock the gun away. Using that as a distraction. He tries to run away, but she ends up tossing him, and then pulls out a bigger gun, and now he's fucked. But then, out of nowhere, his boy comes in like a blue shimmering aura that he has. It's around him, and he drop kicks this bitch in the face, and all of a sudden this anime starts to pick up, and then she shoots him. He's like, hey, what's going on? He starts talking to his boy. He's like, yeah, where you been? I just flew in. So she shoots him in the face, basically, with her gun. He stops the bullet with magic. Then that didn't work. All right, so she switches to the bigger gun. They have a little more tussle. She shoots him point blank in the face with a shotgun, and he stops it with magic. And she's like, that didn't work. And he's like, I love your spirit, but it's time for you to take a nap. And he friggin' grabs her by the face and slams her into the ground and knocks her out. And she had been worried about something. He had asked her before he knocked her out, if she worked for the government, and she said, no, I'm a freelance. I'm a volunteer, is what she said. So now the two boys go off to talk, basically, and try to square things out, and he's explaining to him what happened. But as they start to leave the area, they walk down the stairs. She's like, this town's done for. This is what she was worried about. And he's like, what? He checks this guy, and people are turning into iron. The whole town is turning into iron, and it looks like a disease. And he's like, yeah, this is horrible, but this is what's going down. It's because, and he explains the backstory. And basically what happened was, there's a group of people out there, and then they show these people chanting that are trying to resurrect something. You know what? And I'll tell you exactly what it is, because I am gonna cheat. The Tree of Origins, right, or something. Oh, this sneeze. Sorry. Anyway, the Tree of Origins or something. Basically, he says it's something that must never be resurrected in this world, and this is what's causing this whole freaking mess. And, he's gonna stop it. And he makes a statement like he doesn't really care about the world, you know, but he's gonna save it. And he explains that one day, about a month ago, he found a message in a bottle, because he has this tiki-looking amulet thing, which is like a walkie-talkie, and he ends up talking to the princess and through it. And he basically, what happened was about a month earlier to the beginning of the anime, when he goes in search of the murderers, he finds a message in the bottle. Inside the message in the bottle, he finds a tiki. The tiki, you know, he could talk through the tiki to the princess, and basically what she said was, to him, and they're mages, by the way. That's what they call these guys. They don't call them like sorcerers or witches or whatnot. They're calling them mages. So basically, she offers him a deal, and she says, listen, I'll grant you one wish. In exchange, you know, you have to, you just hammer, I'll give you power, basically, and just hammer the nail into the head of the little tiki doll thing, and it's in exchange for your soul. And so he makes the deal, and he says, fine, I want you to solve my sister's murder. And she's like, alright. And so he does it, and that's what happens. So he gains magical power through this apparatus, and somehow, they don't actually show you the mechanics of it, and now he's fighting to save everything, because he has to find a way to get to her too, because she's trapped on this island, and I guess they said there were no magical materials available for her to produce magic, and I guess she's the strongest mage in the world. She could stop these guys, but she's trapped on a deserted island. And whoever these guys are obviously didn't want to kill her, so she matters to them, but they couldn't have her in the way. So that's what's going on. And, you know, he finds this all implausible, but he completely believes every word of it coming from his friend. I mean, and then his friend seems to have been keeping tabs on him. He knew he had a girlfriend. He knew his parents are out of town. And basically, you know, that's what's going down. Now, I will say this. So that was, and then this thing in chains, like a rock in chains, breaks out from the ocean, and he's like, it's coming, and it's like hatching, almost like an egg, and that's where the episode ends. Now, my quick review on this episode, I would say it's about a 3.5. I thought it was a good episode. It was set up. It was a lot of, you know, talking and explanations, but this is what you expect out of a first episode. You know, I wasn't expecting a huge amount of action, but the action that was there was awesome and pretty badass. So I'm digging it. You know, the butterflies almost reminded me of this ugly yet beautiful world because of the butterflies, but so I dig it. I think this is gonna go. You know, towns are getting destroyed. Basically, everybody we saw at that school is dead. You know, the bullies that beat... I didn't mention that he got his ass kicked, because it was just him, and it's usually two of them. So he got his ass kicked, and it didn't really faze him, because again, he's in a depression, but... so, they're all dead. And the explanation was kind of weird to me. I didn't fully get it. Something about not being in your prime or something... and that's why he wasn't affected. Honestly, I need better clarification of that, and maybe the second episode will help. But like I said, I thought this was a good episode, so I think you know, a 3, not a 3.5. Thought this was a good episode. It wasn't great. It wasn't excellent, but it has potential. I'm digging the seeds that have been laid. This anime could become very good, in my opinion. I dig the magical elements. I dig the fighting. So it's kind of very violent the way it's portrayed. You know, so I like it. I like it. And I'm going to give this anime a shot. So that click it up if you like it. Comment if you must. Subscribe if you can. This has been your reviewer Alert Wolf here, signing out.